Guys, thank you all so much for 100 subscribers. I really appreciate it. I hope we can hit 150 or maybe 200. Hope we can do this all together. You can share my videos with your friends who love Naruto. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it and I love you all. Welcome back, guys. Today, now I will be doing a new what if that someone has asked me, and I have he asked me yesterday night, so I didn't really have much time to do it, so now I'm making it. So this what if he asked a what if what if Naruto had wood style, or was a senju, or was a descendant of Hashirama. I'm gonna change that up a bit, and I'm gonna say what if Naruto awakened wood style on his own, so just like Hashirama did. And this what if will be starting will start after the land of Wazok, let's say in the training, the 1 month training of the tuning exams. So Naruto, on the first day he meets Jiraiya, right? But let's say he now meets Jiraiya on the 4th day, and the first 4 days, and the first 3 days, he just trains on his own. He actually decides to read a book about chakra natures, and he comes across this chakra nature called wood style, which only the first Hokage was able to awaken naturally. And Naruto is like, well, how do I do that? And Naruto asked the librarian, and the librarian was like, and since the librarian didn't really hate Naruto, because he didn't really care of what happened outside the village, because he mostly cared about his books. And the librarians told Naruto the story of Hashirama and Madara Uchiha. So Naruto now understands a lot more about the Hokage and the history of the village. And now the librarian told him to unlock, usually for wood style to be unlocked, you have to have 2 chakra natures, earth and water. And in this what if, I will make Naruto have all chakra natures. Yes, I know it's pretty overpowered, just leave me alone. I like making Naruto overpowered, but I like giving Sasuke a chance and other people chances too. But of course it's mainly them two. So Naruto, the librarian gets Naruto a 5 chakra papers, and the librarian says, try to put your chakra nature in here. And Naruto actually does it, and each one has a different chakra nature. One burns, one rips, one crumbles, one becomes wet, and one scrunches up, just like you would scrunch up a paper. That's lightning style, just saying. So Naruto has all of them, and the librarian's like was really surprised, because he only heard of one person having all 5 chakra natures, which is the third Hokage. And well, not only him, he only knew one person that is still alive with 5 chakra natures, the third Hokage, and Hogoromo Otsutsuki, because he has every single chakra nature. So Naruto now is able to use all of them, and the librarian gives a book about using 2 natures together, and Naruto has 3 days to learn it. And since Naruto is a fast learner, remember, he's a hard worker and a fast learner, because he learned the Rasengan in 1 week, while the Jiraiya and Minato, they took 3 years, more than 3 years. And Naruto does learn how to use 2 chakra natures together, but he still can't. On the second day, he still isn't able to unlock a wood style. And on the 3rd day, he decides to try a wood technique, the wood style wood clone. And out of nowhere, Naruto decides couldn't do it, and then he decides maybe instead of just using my normal chakra, I should try to put one chakra on my left hand and one chakra on the right. So Naruto does that, and he actually makes a wood clone. So Naruto has unlocked wood style naturally. So now Naruto has 6 chakra natures, wood style, and the other 5, the normal 5. And Naruto is impressed of himself and goes and tells the librarian. The librarian and Naruto are now really good friends. The librarian is still young. Let's say he's like around his 20s. And now Naruto tells the librarian, and the librarian is really was like, Naruto was lying, because he never really believed in Naruto unlocking the wood style, but he did believe in Naruto of becoming a great ninja since he has all 5 chakra natures. And once he saw Naruto doing a wood clone, he was ecstatic for Naruto and says, hey Naruto, I had a book with a lot of jutsus. I know jutsus come in scrolls, but this is a what if. So Naruto now has a scroll with wood style techniques in it. So Naruto has another like half a day, quarter of a day before he goes to sleep to master a few techniques. So Naruto masters the wood clone. Of course he already mastered the wood clone, and so Naruto learns these next few techniques, jutsus that I'm gonna name to you. Wood style, tree limb technique. It's a C rank technique. Wood wall, the wood barrier. These are C rank techniques, and he also learns the wood transformation, which the transformation wouldn't poof as soon as he got hit once. And also he does learn a B rank jutsu, wood style, wood great forest, and an A rank jutsu. He did spend most of the night, even though he wanted to sleep. He got too excited. Wood style, birth of a sea of trees. So basically Naruto is pretty overpowered right now, and he did learn and Naruto did learn an S rank wood clone jutsu without even knowing he did. The wood clone is an S rank technique, if you didn't know. And also he did learn read a few of S rank techniques. For example, nativity of a world of trees. So basically it's like the user forces trees to grow on any surface and can easily create a dense forest anywhere. The technique can be used to bind opponents and alter battlefields for one's own use. I know I just read that, but leave me alone. People make scripts, I don't make scripts, and so that's why I have to do this. And let me go back to some of the techniques I listed. I listed the tree limb. So this first part is just gonna be me talking about how Naruto's training throughout this 1 month, and it's gonna be in depth. So, and I'm gonna explain a lot of the jutsus. So, for example, I'm gonna explain all of these jutsus I have listed. The tree limb, the user summons summons 5 thick tree roots from the ground. These roots can then be used to shelter, shield, or impale, depending on the user's whim. So if Naruto wants to impale someone, he can do it. If he wants to protect someone, he can do it. If he wants to bind someone, he can do it. And also but they cannot stretch too far. So imagine Naruto and Neji, how they started the fight. Imagine Naruto and Sasuke, how they started the fight from far ranges, right? So he wouldn't be able to stretch them that far. So the wood wall, the user creates countless of wooden branches to grow at high speeds from the ground. So the wood interlaces to form a wide net. So basically this is like interlaces. If anyone did understand what interlaces mean, it means like, a web, how spiders make webs. Yeah, so it's like the wood branches, they would be like that, and interlaces to form a wide net like wall with an impressive defensive power. Just keep in mind its elemental weaknesses. So basically, fire style could burn through it, wind style can just cut through it, water style wouldn't be able to do much, but earth style could alter the ground, so it can break the roots, and lightning style wouldn't be able to do much to it either. So then I listed the wood barrier. So the user performs the necessary hand signs which Naruto learned. This was one of the techniques he took a while, so like an hour and a half to learn. And necessary hand signs causing beams of wood to emerge from the ground. The beams of then converge on one other to form half a spherical barrier. So basically, it's like a round. You know how a round table would look. So the beams of trees would just swirl around each other to make a table-like barrier, and it would be half spherical. The barrier So imagine Sasuke did a fireball jutsu. He could protect himself with that, and with the wood barrier. Now and then I did say transformation jutsu. This jutsu is just like any other transformation jutsu technique, or jutsu or technique. The user performs the necessary hand seals, then wood emerges and covers the entire body, and a puff of smoke or chakra covers up the transformation. Oh, so I was wrong. It's not like a transformation. The wood covers Naruto. Sorry, that was my bad. And then once the jutsu is done, the transformation is complete. It acts more like a costume than a transformation, as the user is able to leave it behind if necessary. So Naruto can just leave the transformation behind at his house, and he can just go off. It's like a wood clone. And also I did say he learned a B rank technique, the Great Forest Jutsu. Yeah, I have written them down, sorry. I know I usually say it from my mind, but I haven't memorized all of these, and I want to go in depth about this, because this what if is gonna be a what if where I explain a lot. The Great Forest Jutsu is a technique that changes one's own arm into big trees. So the tissues are transformed into trees at the cellular level. That is madness. Then by activating the trees, stimulating them to grow rapidly, then lengthen at high speeds and forth. It's like the technique that the third Hokage had to go up against. You know when Hashirama was revived temporarily with the reanimation jutsu, same with Tobirama against Hiruzen. He did use the Great Forest Jutsu. That's basically it. If you don't remember, you can just search up on YouTube after this video. And I did say he did learn an A rank jutsu, Birth of a Sea of Trees. This is a ninjutsu technique used by Yamato, which is the wood element. After doing the needed hand seals, a small woodland would grow and from the ground the size of the forest. The size of the forest is dependent on how much chakra is used. E rank usage may only create a few small samplings, but an A rank usage of chakra will create tens of adult trees. And remember, Naruto's chakra is literally god level. It's like S rank right now because of his Uzumaki heritage. And so Naruto can create hundreds of trees, and that could alter the ground and of course the battlefield. And what else did I say? I said he learned the wood clone, an upgraded version of the shadow clone jutsu. So yeah, and that was pretty much it. Naruto will learn other techniques. Let me bookmark this, I will be needing this. So Now we get into the juicy bits where Naruto goes with Jiraiya. So Naruto now meets Jiraiya while walking through the village, because he was taking a day rest after learning all those jutsus and going to the library and seeing if he can actually buy the book. And the librarian said, you don't need to buy it, you can just keep it. So the librarian gave it as a gift to congratulate Naruto that he has learned the wood style ninjutsu. So now Naruto has literally a book full of jutsus that he can learn over time, and he will learn them, but for now he will keep these ones until we go to the end of Naruto. Yes, he won't learn anymore because he has an arsenal of C rank jutsus right now, but those C rank jutsus can increase in ninja rank as the usage of chakra increases. So Naruto now meets Jiraiya. Jiraiya notices him straight away because of blonde hair, blue eyes. He's like, that's Minato-san, 100%, I'm sure of it. And he has whiskers, which remind him of the nine-tailed fox. Well, a fox, and I don't think anyone would have whiskers except for someone who has the nine-tailed fox. So Naruto does meet Jiraiya, and Jiraiya says, Naruto is like, who are you? And Jiraiya says, I can teach you a lot of A rank jutsus if you can keep up with me for a full day. So Naruto does if you can find me by the end of the day. Naruto does end up finding him with the so basically, once Jiraiya runs away, Naruto makes wood clones. They do start the the chase at a dead end, and then Jiraiya disappears with the body flicker, and Naruto decides to make wood clones so he can search far and wide. And right before the end of the day, Naruto finds him with a wood clone, and then all the clones go to Naruto and go to the other clone, and Naruto arrives there too. And Jiraiya's like, wow, you really and then Naruto's like, yes, I found you, the Naruto from the back. Jiraiya's like, so all these were clones, so you were using clones, wow. And Naruto's like, yeah. So then all the wood clones turn back to wood logs, and Jiraiya's eyes pop out of the sockets from his surprised look made Naruto laugh so hard he was coughing. And Naruto's like, why are you so surprised? They're just wood clones. And Jiraiya's like, they're not just wood clones, they're wood clones. Wood style is something that not everyone can use. I only know 2 people who can use it right now. And he knows about, he said, I only know 1 person that can use it. And then Naruto's like, 1 person who can use it? Who? I thought only the first Hokage knew how to do it. And Naruto's like, and Jiraiya's like, you don't need to know who right now. You will find, I will tell you about him another day. And Jiraiya's like, I want to know every single jutsu that you know. Naruto shows his, let me go back to my bookmark, I'm joking. So Naruto shows his Great Forest Jutsu, the tree, the birth of the birth of a sea of trees, the wood barrier, the wood limb, the wood, what was the other one? Wait, 1 second. Oh, wait. So, wait, what was the last one? Let's, never mind the other jutsu, I forgot. So, what I realized is that the wood clone is a D rank jutsu, but the wood clone that I'm talking about is S rank, because Naruto can use has a lot of chakra. So imagine Naruto learns the Rasengan. Remember, this is what the S rank wood clone jutsu can do. It has all the properties of a normal shadow clone and a normal wood clone, but this wood clone can do any technique that is from E or F rank to all the way A rank, but you cannot go. You can't do any jutsu that are over A rank. So imagine the Rasengan is an A rank jutsu. So imagine Naruto makes 1,000 wood clone jutsus. He can do 1,000 Rasengans. But even his shadow clones can do that. But Naruto feels like the wood clones are better because they're less. He drains. It is more efficient, and they are more durable, and they can merge with vegetation. So as soon as one wood clone disappears, a tree appears. And Naruto's like, oh, I could help the environment too. So Naruto, that's something that I forgot to mention. And Naruto tells Jiraiya about all these techniques, and Jiraiya's like, okay, we will start our training from tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. sharp. You come here again. And Naruto, the next morning arrives, and Naruto's there with Jiraiya, and they leave the village to go to. And they don't really leave the village; they just say we're going off to train for a bit. And then Naruto learns the summoning jutsu, and since he still doesn't have good chakra control. He can barely do it, even though he can do a lot of wood style jutsus. But those are just he can't really do the great forest jutsu and the birth of the 1,000 trees really well. He can only do like 10 trees and a bit and a small forest, great forest jutsu of course, and because he doesn't have good chakra control. So Jiraiya teaches him how to walk on water, and his chakra controls is much greater now. So Naruto can do so just a little bit of chakra control, just Naruto learning how to walk on water makes Naruto be able to do a lot more jutsus, and his wood style jutsus are a lot stronger, the greater strength. And Naruto now learns the summoning jutsu. He does stay on Gamabunta for a full day, thanks to his wood binding jutsu. There we go, wood binding jutsu. That's the jutsu I forgot. And because he binds Gamabunta to one spot, and he binds himself onto Gamabunta, he's like, yeah, you said I have to stay on your head for a full day, and you're not moving because I just binded you with my wood style. Gamabunta did try to break. He did break a few branches, but then Naruto would just do it again. So he just gave up and is like, okay, you win. So now Gamabunta is Naruto summoning as well, and that's it for the first week. The first week. Because Naruto does take a few days to get used to chakra control and that. And so now we are on to the second week. Naruto is learning another wood style technique until Jiraiya calls him from underneath his house and he's like, let's go train. And Jiraiya trains him in taijutsu. So Naruto will train for the next 3 weeks just on taijutsu, and now he's kind of like let's say just a bit under Sasuke in taijutsu, because Sasuke is a prodigy, and Naruto in this, what if he's not a prodigy? If you want to see Naruto as a prodigy, you can go to my playlist section, and there is a playlist with what if Naruto is a prodigy. I just uploaded part 4 to it, and it's really good. It's getting really good support from all of you, even though most of you are not subscribed. I really want everyone to subscribe. Like if I check right now, they're on like 90%. Actually, let me tell you the stats right now. Let me see. Analytics. So let's see. So 21.6% of you are subscribed, and 78.4% are not. I will put a screenshot of this in my video so you guys can see that I really want these subscribers, because I want to become known. I want to become a bit more known so other people can listen to my what ifs, and maybe I could start doing collabs with people I really admire. For example, Anime X, Tylearn, Creeps YT, Anime Junkie. I did start watching him. Maybe even Anime Jamal, but maybe not him. So Naruto is now training in taijutsu, and it's the last day, and Jiraiya's like, how about we take a rest? And they do take a rest for the last day, and they hang out. They go out to so they go out and they do have some fun, but Jiraiya's probably more sort of Jiraiya's probably a pervert. And so the Chunin exams start. So now the finals start. So Naruto is against Neji, and he wants to show off to everyone. And this time Jiraiya is there. He is in the stadium because he wants to watch his student fight, especially since he's more proud of his student for awakening the wood style. And now Naruto is doing all sorts of wood. First he does the wood style great forest jutsu, so he changes the battlefield to his likings, and everyone is stunned. And the third Hokage had a smile on his face. First he was stunned, but then he started smiling and thought to himself, Naruto is really something, isn't he? And Orochimaru, who was faking he was the fourth Kazekage, was completely and utterly dumbfounded by this and realized maybe he chose the wrong person to give the curse mark to. Instead of Sasuke, he should have done with Naruto, since he naturally has a lot of chakra since he's an Uzumaki and he awakened wood style. But that's too late. It's too late now. And so Naruto wins a lot more easily because of all his jutsus. He does use the tree limb jutsu to and wood barrier, wood shield, and the birth of 1,000 trees. And the jutsu, I said that he summons tree branches to impale people. He binds Neji with it. So Naruto's wood clone does the the jutsu to create the wood branches to immobilize Neji, and then Neji is just there like Jesus. Yes, like Jesus. And Neji's there just binded, and Naruto's like, do you now know that hard workers are better than prodigies? And Neji comes to accept that destiny doesn't decide your fate, and he says, I give up, because Naruto had the kunai to his neck, and if he didn't give up he was gonna get killed. So Naruto wins, and everyone is gassed. They are gassed that Naruto has wood style, and they have a newfound respect for Naruto. Not all of them, like most of the Genin and Chunin, but not all the Jonin and the villagers, because they know what Naruto really is, and some Chunin don't know. Most of the Chunins and all of the Genins don't know yet. And Naruto is really happy that he has some respect now, and that's where I'm going to end part 1 to it. I'm going to leave the Leaf Invasion for next part. Next part I will be doing the Leaf Invasion and the Tsunade arc, and even maybe the Sasuke retrieval arc, because usually now I'm going to try to make the longer videos, but when I am trying to like the first part of what ifs, they're probably going to be shorter. If they're long, that means I'm really into, like, I'm really loving the what if. I do love this what if, but not as much as what if Naruto was a prodigy, or what if Naruto took his ninja life seriously, or what if Naruto had the Rinnegan. I know the second part wasn't too long, but I'm trying to make more what ifs, so I'm trying to make them a bit shorter. I'm trying to cut them down. But when I'm talking about what if I am completely in love with, like what if Naruto was a prodigy part 3 was 50 minutes. Yes, 50 minutes. So thank you for listening. I hope you like this what if. Stay safe, take care, and like, share, subscribe, and peace. Guys, as you can see, it clearly says 78.4% are not subscribed. So please subscribe and check out all my other what ifs in my channel, and take care. Peace.